Every year, thousands of devout Hindus come to visit the sacred Kailash Parbat and Mansarovar Lake, situated in China's autonomous region of Tibet, from around the globe and neighboring India via Nepal. Tibet is the world's highest plateau, which is surrounded by Himalayan range in the south, Karakoram range in the west, and Kunlun mountain in the north. Tibet is regarded as a unique land because of its climate, altitude, and landscape. It has many high mountains, and it is also the source of many rivers like Brahmaputra, Indus, Ganga, Mekong, Yangtze, Huanghe, and so on. Kailash mountain is a sacred pilgrimage for the Hindus. This is why thousands of Hindu pilgrims from India and other parts of the world visit Kailash mountain and Mansarovar Lake every year. Most of the pilgrims travel to China's autonomous region, Tibet, via Nepal's route because it is the shortest and easiest. In our team, 25 people of Indian origin who live in California, New York, in the United States of America, while some are from India. All of us were intending to visit Mount Kailash and Mansarovar Yatra. We were humbly welcomed by Mr. Ganesh Neupane, Managing Director of Monte Treks and Expedition Private Limited, when we reached Kathmandu. After welcome program, we were taken to Hotel Radisson Deluxe 5-star. Next day, all Kailash Yatri were taken to Pashupatinath temple to offer their prayers. The devotees worship the gods and recite the religious books in the morning. Before starting the journey for Kailash, a meeting for discussion and planning is held. This is Gamo bag. It helps the patients of high altitude to bring them back to the normal condition. This is an oxygen bottle and it is used when needed. If we have any difficulty with respiration, we have to take the help of people and take it. We have arranged enough oxygen for our trip. Now it's time to start the journey for Kailash from Hotel Radisson after breakfast. We are being prepared for it. All the pilgrims are climbing on the bus. After 2 hours of departure, they reach 0 kilometers of Kavri-Palanchok district and rest for a while. Then they move ahead through Dolal Ghat Bazaar and cross the bridge and move ahead along the Bhote Koshi river and reach Barabise Bazaar and then further to Tatopani Bazaar. On the way from Tatopani Bazaar to Miteri Bridge, there is a beautiful spring. The Yatri are spellbound by the spring and Bhote Koshi river. They are taking photos of such attractions. They also observe the Kasha Bazaar. Now we have arrived at Liping. Here is a bus park. Buses from Kathmandu do not move ahead from here. So we walked ahead for 10 minutes and rested for some time in a hotel. It was already 10 a.m. So we took our lunch. After all immigration formalities finish, we walk ahead, reach Nepal Friendship Bridge, cross half the bridge. Tibetan security check our passport, visa papers one by one as the pilgrims are cleared for the journey ahead. Then after, we walked for 5 minutes and reached towards the jeep that was waiting for us. There are only 4 comfortable seats in one jeep. The journey on the jeep was very exciting because we could see the naturally beautiful scenes outside the jeep. Now we arrived at Jangmu Bazaar. This bazaar is known as Khasa Bazaar in Nepali. We stopped here for some time to observe the beauty of the Tibetan settlement here. While moving ahead to reach Nyalam Bazaar from Jangmu, we observed some springs, peaceful environment and green forests, waterfalls and Tibetan landscape. The distance from Nepal-Tibet Friendship Bridge to Nyalam is only 35 kilometers. Yatris reach Nyalam in a single day and they are required to spend 2 nights there, and we also do the same. Since all pilgrims for Kailash are vegetarian, we arrange the same kind of food for them. Our cooking team is a specialized one for Kailash pilgrims. This we can see here too. Our cooks are preparing food. Our cooks are serving the food and pilgrims are having it with a great relish and they are enjoying it. This company always sends the expert workers to satisfy the yatri. In the morning of the 2nd day in Nyalam, after breakfast, yatri observe the beautiful sights to be prevented from the problem of high altitude sickness when they climb up from the Nyalam Bazaar. This journey takes about 2 hours. Our group comes out from the hotel, takes a walk around Nyalam Bazaar for a while in a line. On completion of the journey in the hill, members of the tour are identified whether they are affected by high altitude sickness or not. This group of 25 pilgrims for Kailash tour seems large. They are now climbing up in the mountain. Some are dancing and some are moving around on the way. When they reach at the top of the hill, all of them do yoga. The moving colorful flags, Lumdar, posted for peace, gives heavenly pleasure. Nyalam, where we stayed last night, has an elevation of 3,750 meters. Yatri can feel uncomfortable when they arrive here in a single day, but when they spend 1 night here, they start to feel easy. Only the people with Tibetan roots live here. On the way from Nyalam to Dongba, we arrived at Yalungla Pass, 5,050 meters, from where white mountains can be seen, and below that there are desert-like naked but very attractive hills. Here is a big gate that welcomes all. It is decorated with colorful flags. From here, mountains like Gauri Shankar and Shishapangma are clearly seen. Watching Yalungla Pass for a while, we moved ahead, and before reaching the day's destination, we find Pekhuchu Lake. Before arriving at this lake, we stop the vehicle and have lunch. After the observation of Pekuchu Lake, we drive for half an hour on the gravel road and find Nunilotal, Salty Lake. Then we arrive at Saga Bazar. Before that, we saw the pure river Brahmaputra that starts melting the snow in Kailash Parvat and around the mountain. Today's journey for 7 hours from Nyalam to Dongba has ended. Staying at Dongba, we start our journey for Mansarovar Lake. On the way, we see the heap of sand, grazing sheep, goats and yaks. Yatri are busy to take photos. The distance from Dongba to Mansarovar is only 335 kilometers away. Yatri can easily reach there in 7 to 8 hours of jeep or deluxe bus journey. Here we stop our vehicles and we are having our lunch. After lunch, driving continues. We reach at Horchu, near the holy lake Mansarovar, observing beautiful scenes and naked hills. From here, Mansarovar Lake, Mount Gurla Mandata and Kailash Parvat can be seen very clearly. This is the place called Horchu, and from here, the circumambulation of Mansarovar Lake begins. This Mansarovar Lake circumambulation is 102 kilometers. According to the local people, it takes 3 days to circumambulate for local residents, but it takes 5 to 7 days for the tourists or pilgrims by walking. Generally, to circumambulate the Mansarovar Lake, yatris stay at Chiu Monastery the day they reach from Dongba. The remaining part of Mansarovar is circumambulated only after Kailash Parbat. We are in line to take group photo on the background scene of the lake. We arrived here after a 30-minute drive by the local bus or jeep from Horchu. While moving ahead after the observation of beautiful scenarios, we see the colorful flags posted for peace. We reach Chiu Gompa after approximately 2 hours driving. The lodges and mud-built guest houses are available here. In Hindu religious books, Mansarovar Lake is described in this way. Today we reached Mansarovar Lake, 4,580 meters. Brahma's Lake, Mapam Yumtso Lake. The lake is the most sacred among Hindus. It is also a must-visit for Hindus due to its sacredness. Hindu scriptures reveal that a Hindu must visit this place once in a lifetime. We stayed at the place too. Manas means mind or consciousness. So Mansarovar Lake is known as the Lake of Consciousness and Knowledge. This lake is located at an elevation of 4,580 meters from sea level. This lake is connected to a deep religious and spiritual relation and importance between Hindu and Buddhist followers. It is religious belief that if one moves around the lake and bathes with its pure water, she will be pure by washing all the sins and diseases from the body. Likewise, It is believed that people can regain their youth and energy just by taking a bath by its pure water. As described in Ramayana, it is said that a person who moves around the Mansarovar Lake and bathes with its pure water reaches the heaven directly. Similarly, it is written that the person who drinks the water of this lake recognizes the Shiva Lok, the palace of Lord Shiva. Kailash Parvat is situated about 58 kilometers to the north from Mansarovar Lake. According to Hindu traditional belief, it's said that Lord Shiva and Goddess Parbati take a bath each day between 2 and 4 a.m. The following day in the morning, pilgrims are going to Mansarovar Lake riding on the jeep from the hotel. Presently, they are all praying before bathing. Some are taking a dip in the lake, some are simply bathing, and some others are offering money there. While praying, people are looking at Kailash Parvat and Mansarovar Lake at once. Pilgrims are seen taking holy bath here, and some have finished bathing. Also, the pilgrims, according to Hindu religion, are seen offering water, flowers, money to the god and splashing water among each other with much joy and enthusiasm. All the pilgrims are seen meditating to Lord Shiva and reciting the names of their ancestral gods, performing homs or offering grains mixed with butter to the fire in the name of gods, in order to relieve themselves from any kind of sins which they might have committed knowingly or unknowingly.
Nagendraharaya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaraya Maheshwaraya.
After completing homes, they are exchanging happiness by hugging each other, much to the amusement of the onlookers. Everybody is doing arati, oil-fed lamps, and praying by joining hands. We are preparing for worship now.
Tasmai nakaraya namaha Shivaya. Nagendraharaya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaraya Maheshwaraya.
Rakshastal or Monster Lake. This lake is named on the basis of Hindu traditional story. Hindu people believe that carnivorous monsters are hiding inside the dark waters. On the basis of this belief, people called it Rakshastal and stay away from this lake, believing that it is the symbol of dark and destructive power. According to the traditional religious stories, the water of this lake is poisonous and fatal. So, to replace the poisonous water of this lake, a tunnel was made from Mansarovar Lake. The pure water of this lake and a golden fish was released into this lake. Later, this fish was found alive. From it, people's negative attitude towards the lake has changed, and they started to go nearer to it, but they still don't drink the water. According to Hindu mythology, in Treta Yuga, the monster Ravana has made Lord Shiva happy meditating in this lake. Rakshas Lake lies in the west from Mansarovar Lake. It is situated at a height of 4,540 meters from sea level. In Mansarovar Lake, there are many birds, including ducks, but in Rakshas Lake, there are no birds at all. To the south, we can see Mount Mandata that seems very beautiful from here. Darshan is 45 kilometers far from the Mansarovar Lake and it takes 1 hour by jeep. Now we are going towards Darshan. Darshan is known as the Golden City, located at the base of Kailash Parvat. When we reach Darshan, we directly enter the guest house or hotel. Today, we are preparing for Kailash circumambulation or Kora. Nepali workers are arranging goods on a truck. All the pilgrims are ready on the jeep and headed towards Yamadwar, observing Darshan city. It takes 20 minutes for our jeep to reach there. It is only at a distance of 5 kilometers. The place is also known as Tharboche. Getting off the jeep at Yamadwar, all the pilgrims are offering to Lord Shiva. Swamiji is preaching about the glory of Lord. Then we move around the Yamadwar 3 times. According to Hindu religion, this place is known as Yamadwar, gate of the god of death, and sneaking in and coming out or encircling it is practiced. From here, physically disabled pilgrims offer worship to Kailash Parvat from a distance and return home because the visit of Yamadwar is believed to derive equally religious gain as Kailash Parvat itself. Kailash Parvat is supposed to be the central part of the world and origin of the world before the origin of Hindu, Jain and Buddhism. Kailash Parvat is glorified in the holy books like Ramayana and Mahabharata. According to ancient Asian stories, the civilization is incomplete without the description of Kailash Parvat. Kailash Parvat is located in Tibet. Scientific research of this region is not satisfactory. This religious Parvat is extended from Brahmaputra in the east to Karakoram in the west. Different religious groups like Shiva, Hindu, Bauddha, Jain and Bonpo are respecting Kailash equally, though they explain it differently. In the Shiva and Bauddha traditional literature, Kailash is described as the part of Sumeru which is supposed to be the center of the world. Kailash is believed to be the residence of Lord Shiva and his wife Parbati. Buddhists respect in the name of Kang Rinpoche. Buddhists have accepted the Kailash and Mansarovar as a great natural mandala. Mandala for them is the means of respect and salvation. Jains believe as Aspada for this isolated peak. The founding father of this religion, Rishabhadeva, had got spiritual salvation in the same place. There are various logics to claim this Parvat as sacred. This Parvat is located in isolation. It can be moved around, and this Parvat is the source of big rivers of Asia from all 4 directions. The main rivers originated in this area are Yarlung Janbo, Brahmaputra, Satluj, Indus and Karnali. The route for moving around the Kailash is 53 kilometers long. As described in Hindu myth, A person who moves around the Kailash Parbat will be free from all the sins made in lifetime. If they move around the Parvat for 108 times, they directly get Nirvana. We start our journey for 3 days from Sirsum. The required provisions and food were carried by yaks, porters and horses. After 3 hours long walk along the riverside road, we stopped for our lunch. Kailash Parvat is clearly seen from here. Below the Parvat, we can see a big stone in the shape of an elephant. It is believed that God Indra rides on it. After 2 hours long walk, we can reach at Derapuk. Derapuk Gumba is extremely attractive, which is situated much close to Lachu River. You reach Derapuk Gumba from Yamadwar walking through the bank of Lachu River. This monastery is located at a height of 4,900 meters from the sea level. The scene of Kailash from here is like the heaven. Hundreds of pilgrims arrive at Derapuk from Sirsung riding a horse or on foot. Today we have to go to Dolmala or Dormala Pass, and the weather is favorable. After 1.5 hour walk from Derapuk, we arrived at Shivasthal. In this place, people can offer old clothes. The normal route for Kailash circumambulation is through Ganesh Kunda, Dormala and Gauri Kunda. After 1 hour long walk from there, we reach Sapchedatok. This scene is of Dolmala Pass. This is on the height of 5,636 meters from the sea level. This is the tallest and most exciting on our journey. People can worship here. Our pilgrims are busy to take photos here. In this pass, people may suffer from headache and vomiting, but it becomes normal when they climb down immediately. Sometimes this area is dangerous when there is storm and snowfall. We start the journey early in the morning. After descending for 10 minutes, we can see Gaurikunda. According to one legend, Lord Shiva is believed to have taken bath together with his consort Parbati. This lake is believed as the place of God Shiva and Goddess Parvati's bathing pond. The place you are watching is Juthulpuk Monastery. People generally spend 1 night in this place before leaving for Darchin and Chiu Gompa, or near Mansarovar Lake. These are the guest houses in this place. We arrived at Chongdo the next morning after a 3-hour walk. We can reach Darchin after half an hour jeep or bus ride. In this way, the 3-day Kailash round is completed. Having lunch at Darchin, we move towards Mansarovar Lake, but some pilgrims are separated from us to go to Mansarovar through the next route, visiting Tirthapuri, and in the afternoon they reach Mansarovar Lake. Tirthapuri is situated at a distance of 70 kilometers in the western part from Darchin. Near Tirthapuri, there lies Tatopani Hot Spring, which is taken as Tibet's 3rd important religious place. Pilgrims who want to complete Kailash circumambulate, Tirthapuri is the last and the most important destination. The famous Buddhist monk Padmasambhav and many other monks have deep relation with Tirthapuri. Padmasambhav has got salvation meditating in the temple located at Tirthapuri. It is the belief of almost all Buddhist people. Tirthapuri is located on the left edge of Sutlej River. It takes nearly 1 hour to move around Tirthapuri.
Tasmai nakaraya Namah Shivaya.
Next day, Yatri are returning to Kathmandu. Rest of Mansarovar Lake Parikrama start from here to Horchu, and it is completed. Going back, Horchu, Dongba, Saga and Nyalam. While returning, it was the mid-rainy season in Nepal. We arrive in Kathmandu from Nyalam in a single day. We arrive at the Hotel Radisson at 3 p.m. We asked to Swamiji, Panditji, team leader and other pilgrims about our services.
Ganesh ji team, Raju and వాళ్ళ కెమెరామ్యాన్ యువరాజు వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఈ కైలాస యాత్రలో కంటి మీద రెప్పకి ఎప్పుడైనా దూరం అవుతుందేమో కానీ కైలాస యాత్రలో వీళ్ళతో పాటు వెళ్ళిన వాళ్ళకి ఏ రకమైన అసౌకర్యం జరగదు. అత్యద్భుతంగా చూస్తారు. చాలా బ్రహ్మాండంగా చేశారు. మా ట్రిప్ మొత్తం వాళ్ళ చేతిలో అత్యద్భుతంగా మింగమా వాళ్ళని పెట్టుకుని చాలా బాగా చేశారు. వీళ్ళు ఈ టీంతో కలిసి మనం పనిచేయడం, ఈ టీంతో ఎప్పుడైనా సరే మనం కైలాస యాత్రకు వెళ్ళటం వలన అన్ని రకాలైనటువంటి సౌకర్యాలు పొందుతాం. మిగతా ఏ టీముల కంటే కూడా ఈ టీం చాలా అద్భుతంగా పనిచేస్తుంది.
Ganesh ji, Raju ji, Mingma and all his team has done excellent and beyond anyone's expectations.
Yeah, I feel very good. Ganesh ji, no more suggestions.
Hi, this is Sudhakar Kuchi Bhotla. I'm from California, USA, and we are a satsang of 25 people, and that includes 2 priests from India. And when we started this idea last October, Ganesh ji is the one who really became a part of this family rather than as a tour operator. I mean, there may be a lot of tour operators. I mean, we all know the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is the little extra. And Ganesh ji, Raju ji and his entire team went beyond our expectations, not meeting. I mean, this team is awesome. They are fantastic. We had some unexpected situations created by the God during the Yatra. I mean, they have an